You might recall this YouTuber Katliente, aka Cat in Chat, who was covered on multiple channels such as Mujin, Rima, and myself there, as you can see simply from typing in Cat in Chat Doki. Because this was the YouTuber that 10 months ago made this entire hit piece video on Doki, which you can actually see right here. But why are we here talking about this Twitch streamer, this YouTuber who failed to cancel Dokibird 10 months ago? Why are we talking about her again today? Well, as you can see here on her recent Twitch stream from the other day, she actually had on Twitch CEO Dan Clancy. Now, really quick, if you're out of the loop on the failed Dokibird hit piece video I've referenced multiple times now from Katliente, well, there's a lot of context to all of that. Consider watching Mujin's video or Rima's or any of my videos or anyone else's videos on that topic. Kind of a lot to unpack here right now. But it was a complete misrepresentation of a situation Doki was involved with. To put it simply, really doing her best, Katliente's best, to make Doki look bad. The whole thing failed, as mentioned. Anyways, back to the interview. It's funny that Katliente gets Dan Clancy for like an hour-long interview here because she seems to really hate VTubers, definitely seems to hate Dokibird, and Twitch has a reputation for also disproportionately being biased against VTubers. For example, female VTubers on Twitch will get like 2-week or longer suspensions for really things that are nothing burgers. And then you have female streamers on Twitch that are not VTubers doing things that actually break the TOS, and they don't get any repercussions at all. Or if they do, it's like a tiny slap on the wrist. By the way, a lot of this is women on women hate. Like I just explained, it's female streamers hating female VTuber streamers. And a lot of this insecurity from them and these female-led organizations on Twitch actually goes back to around 2020 when Project Melody initially went from the website she was on, which was an adult website, over to Twitch, and we saw a lot of those women that are all about feminism and female empowerment suddenly showing a lot of hate and explicit language directed at Project Melody because they felt very insecure when she went over to Twitch. So there's a bit of history here, but we're not going to go down memory lane entirely. That's just a little bit of context. VTuber Alicia finds out about this collab between Dan Clancy and Katliente. She goes on to tweet about this from earlier today, saying, "Reminder that the girl interviewing Dan Clancy," that of course being Cat in Chat, aka Katliente, "is the person who doxed my entire government name. My middle name was never public because I'm named after my aunt who passed away. She also clickbaited my cancer in her video title and lied saying I beat it when I didn't, causing my friends to reach out to me and fans freaking out in excitement just for me to have to cry and break their hearts saying, no, I'm still fighting." I also covered Alicia's situation with Katliente about 10 months ago. And the whole thing is actually a little crazier than that, because after Alicia called Kat out, if I recall, Kat didn't apologize until a good bit of time later once she saw that the situation was not going away and she kept getting more and more public backlash. Kat then decided to make a public non-apology post, which included an image of her donating the cancer clickbait video of Alicia to Alicia. But in the screenshot, that's where it showed Alicia's full name. It was like a PayPal donation, if I recall, except Kat did somewhat redact Alicia's name, but the redaction was done in such a lazy, poor way that anyone could still make out Alicia's full name. Specifically, it was like a marker line or two that was done through the middle of the letters. So again, anyone could actually make out the full name. This caused people to speculate further if Kat was really that immensely incompetent or if she was doing this on purpose out of malice. As for Doki, Kat never apologized to Doki. Doki even made a response to Kat's hit piece video on her, and Doki's response was pretty good. It disproved a lot of the stuff that Kat was claiming about Doki, and Kat never did a follow-up or anything, which really made it look like Kat was never interested in trying to get to the truth of the matter that she centered her entire hit piece video core on regarding Doki. No, it only made her further look like it was supposed to be some disingenuous hit piece, and that's why she never covered Doki's response and never apologized to Doki either. Now fast forward 10 months and we see that Dan Clancy is getting interviewed for an hour on Kat's channel, and it's like of all the people for him to pick, he goes on that stream. The reason for this could be because Kat was somewhat recently a part of this event called the Creator Accelerator by an organization called Blurp, where they had Kat on as a speaker to apparently educate others on content creation. And that's hilarious too. Imagine someone who has a terrible reputation for her own misconduct in content creation being brought on to teach other people about content creation. And indeed, on the stream of Kat interviewing Dan Clancy, you can see at the bottom the overlay there saying Creator Accelerator and having the Blurp logo and all that. On Kat's Twitter account, you can find that she retweeted this post from Blurp about their Creator Accelerator program. I scrolled a little bit to see any more information about this, and I actually, as you can see, 2 posts down, saw this interesting series of tweets from Kat. Reads from February 1st. I had an existing half-completed contract with Advanced GG that started years prior, and due to delays was set to be fully fulfilled this year. After seeing them consistently side with a creator that has sent hate and harassment towards many, I've chosen to part ways. Even if this creator has since been let go, I cannot in good faith support a company that has turned a blind eye to their behavior for so long. Also, screw ICE. Given the time frame of that tweet, it's likely in vague reference to the Rev Straub Advanced GG situation back in February. And it's hilarious that Kat's really going to sit there virtue signaling about this situation, talking about sending people hate and harassment after the massive hit piece video that she made on Dokibird. And again, she never covered Doki's response. It's always the same with people like this. They virtue signal to cover their own misconduct. Oh, wow. Here's Kat talking about the Creator Accelerator program. Let's see what she has to say about this.
And the overall goal, again, is to help creators learn to market themselves, to help you guys all grow as creators, get more views, get more followers, and overall grow your presence on social media. Which, let's take a peep at how that turned out. First up, we had 20 speaking sessions with a lot of lovely speakers. We had Sens, Tom Morrow, Michael Bavol, Tyler and Sophia Niergaard. I'm so sorry, I'm not pronouncing their name correctly. And Dan Clancy being the very, very last speaker that we had on yesterday.
Don't worry, Kat, I got you. It's like the game High Guard, but replace the high with nigh, and there you go. Returning to Alicia's tweet, she was responding to this account, Hyrule Fashion Week, that was talking about the interview between Katliente and Dan Clancy, specifically saying, I disagreed with Dan Clancy when he said that quote-unquote lurkers is a negative term. I said it's not, he said it is, and my follow-up question was auto-modded for no reason. I honestly don't understand how Twitch works anymore. Shake my head. Maybe I'm the one out of the loop here, but I don't think lurkers is a negative term. It just means someone who's watching or listening and not really commenting, right? Like, that's not a big deal at all. That's a totally normal thing. How is lurkers a negative term? It's funny if Dan looks at it as a negative term because they're like not actively engaging with the platform. Like he hates the lurkers out there. Like, oh, you're not engaging. That's bad for us. That's a negative term. I don't know if that's what he's getting at, but it's kind of funny. And then the auto mod thing. Yeah, it's a interesting look. I'd be curious to find that clip of Dan Clancy talking about the lurkers in the stream, but to be quite frank, I'm not going to spend any time watching that interview, let alone going through an hour of it to find that specific part. But I did find the news itself interesting, as well as Alicia's response to this collab, this interview. Let me know what you think about the latest. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.